Okay, let's not listen to any more of James Blunt whining about making mistakes. Let's just hope that these players will not make any mistakes, and we will see an awesome game where none of the of the mistakes can be blamed. So let's see what this game will result in. Kilau is currently owning xGame so far. Well, the wins are not very convincing, but he is definitely winning the matches that he is facing so far. So he is spawning in the top left hand corner of Altersim's stronghold. And let's see if he can can keep the lead that he has over xGame. And for xGame, Mo is spawning in the top right hand corner, so we do not have the furthest spawn positions possible. So it's a little bit closer, so let's see how that will work out in this matchup. Now Kilau is having a little bit of a conspiracy theory thoughts, as all the maps that he vetoed are the maps he played on. So let's see what this game will bring. The overlords are being sent in the correct location immediately. So that is, they will scout each other at the same time, and they will know exactly what they're doing. They didn't scout each other's overlord, they were just out of range, I believe. So they do not know the exact location just yet. That is the result, that this overlord is still going downwards, and both players going for that greedy build on this map, because it will most likely take some time to get. It will take some time for them to scout each other. Now, the first difference in their build orders is coming up, as Mo is going to take that gas immediately to get that zergling speed out as well. And just as I say it, of course, Kilau is taking his as well, be it just a little bit later than Mo, but it does not have the impact that one player will get a huge advantage over the other, most likely. But the greedy play is also acceptable on this map, because two queens can just block off the ramp into that main base and also defend the natural base with that instantly. So that will make it a little bit more easy to defend early pool play. And now they will finally scout each other, they will know what is happening, and most likely this overlord is just checking for the gas. He does not want to go in too far, because that queen might pop any second now, but he will make it out of there to save his overlord, and he will most likely check for that natural base as well and just be on his way. Now Kilau had the same scouting pattern. He knows that the gas is being built. Mo does actually not know that, because the gas was put away, but Kilau did manage to scout that gas timing from Mo. So currently still completely mirrored, and the baneling nest is actually coming in for Mo as well. He's going for a little bit of a more aggressive tech route. And let's see, there is still gas being mined for Kilau as well, getting that baneling nest as well. It looks like they're both going to go at it quite quickly now. Zergling speed is just a little bit ahead for Mo, but still I would not say that it's enough to get a big advantage on this map, unless it hits just at the right time where he wants to take that engagement. But no Zerglings have been produced just yet. First Zerglings are now finally in production. Those overlords have been able to scout everything, and they will see any units from moving in or moving out immediately. I'm sorry, just had a little bit of water and my stomach does not agree with me, but my throat really needs that water to survive. Now Zergling speed is done for Mo, and he's making it across the map with those Zerglings, but by the time that he will hit the base of Kilau, his Zerglings will have speed as well, and especially with those two queens at the front, he will not even be able to get into the main base and get a scout off, completely blocking that path. He knows that there's only two Zerglings coming in, but there might be more, and he's just being certain of that. Now the extra gas are being taken for Kilau as well, and there are no evolution chambers being constructed just yet, so I am pretty sure that he will go for the Muta route, which can be very powerful on this map as well. And at the same time, the lair is only just starting for Mo as he takes another gas, going for a +1 carapace, so most likely he will go for a lot of Zerglings early on. And let's hope that he gets a Roach Warren out as well, so he can at least tank a little bit versus the damage of those Mutalisks. Now also the drone count is in favor of Kilao at this time. Mo was producing a lot of those Zerglings, and now as well, now Banelings as well, to get a third base out earlier, but now these Zerglings cannot really do anything on the other side of the map. Those Queens will just block the path, and as this third base is spotted by Kilao, he chooses to plop down his own as well. So maybe now his Zerglings can be useful, but he has to be quick because that Spire is already constructing, reaching almost 50% of completion, and at this time Mo only has Zerglings and Queens to defend, and those Zerglings will not be very useful. Now he's actually also going for that Spire, but those gases by Kilao were so much quicker, and we see a big attack on that third base. Some Banelings being constructed as well, but Kilao has his own, so let's see how much damage he's able to do here, if he's actually able to get a cancel off at least. Now still a lot of Zerglings in production. Mo is really using his gas to get those Banelings out, and with a few good connections. Oh, one Baneling going off for Kilao, not doing a whole lot. Very nice connection for Mo, and it is looking quite good for him actually. One Queen gets caught out of position, and there's still Banelings and Zerglings alive, but there are 10 Mutalisks in production, and it looks like this third base might actually fall. So let's see if he can survive the counterattack, because the Mutalisk will be very useful in defending this. This is the damage that he is able to do. I don't think he can get a whole lot more done. Some Banelings made it into the mineral line, not getting a whole lot of kills. 2 worker kills so far, and these Mutalisks will chase away the final Zerglings for Mo, using those Mutalisks to get that map control going. Spore Cross being put up by Mo at this point. 4 on the way, and 4 Mutalisks as well, and he just does not have the he does have the larva. Why is he not producing anymore? I'm just waiting for another explosion of at least 3 more Mutalisks to start, because now Kilao does have that lead in Mutalisks, and the first 4 have popped. The Queen goes down as well, which will definitely destroy the production capabilities that Mo has. And with a Queen being taken out at that third base, he can most likely focus that base as well. But the huge Zergling into the main base of Kilao as well, and doing a lot of damage in those mineral lines. Just getting 2 more worker kills, but the Zerglings are still alive. And this third base looks like it's going to fall. There it goes. So both players being on even footing at this time, but looking at the Mutalisk count, Kilao has quite the advantage. And those Zerglings are still making it into the main base, trying to get some damage done, but it does not look like anything positive will happen to them. Now more Mutalisks are coming out, both players really investing in that, getting those carapace upgrades out as well, and the third base being taken by Kilao again. No signs from Mo at this time. And looking at the worker count, Mo is actually 1 drone ahead, but that's a very small difference, especially with the army advantage that Kilao has. He has so much Zerglings. And are there actually any Banelings on the map? 5 Banelings in production, but they're not there yet. The Zerglings do get split off. Oh wow, a very nice Baneling hit, getting rid of all those Zerglings into the main base, going into the natural after that, but not getting a whole lot of drone kills there either. Now the Mutalisks are having a big battle, it looks like. Looking at the numbers, Kilao still has a huge advantage in that regard. So he will definitely lose in a one-on-one fight, and he can really only fight around these Spore Crawlers and to help out with the damage, but a one-on-one fight without a Spore Crawler in range, he will lose it instantly. Now it looks like we don't have any more Zergling run bys going down just yet. These Zerglings really want to go for it. but this third base is also established with spore crawlers as well. These mutalisks are going back home. So what is the state at this game? Yeah, the state of this game at this time. A lot of mutalisks for Kilau, getting a real big advantage with that, giving him full map control. Those Zerglings will not be able to get anything done. This third base can start to get saturated. Getting 6 Vespene geysers worth of gas is amazing for a Zerg player, especially since Mo only has 4 at this time, of which 1 was already sniped, and there's only 1 drone mining gas from that location, which is destroying his ability to produce mutalisks quickly. And he's just investing in so many spore crawlers to retain any of the bases. But it looks like the mutalisk count for Kilau is double at this time, denying that third base again, and getting that mutalisk count advantage is so incredibly important. Now Mo is going for the +2 carapace, and Kilau is going for the +1 attack for their mutalisk. And I believe that in a straight up fight, that +1 attack and +1 carapace beats two carapace, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So if somebody knows for sure, please let me know in chat. I'd like to know, because I'm not a Zerg player myself. But just little skirmishes going on, and now the drone count for Kilau is getting quite a bit higher. Just continuing to produce those mutalisks. He can produce them quicker. So I'm not completely sure why Mo is trying to continually produce those mutalisks, because even in the macro game he will lose that fight. Now more spore crawlers making it down, but at this time Mo cannot even leave his main base. The only advantages that he has is that he does have those banelings at the front as well, and Kilau is just looking at the locations where he can do some damage. Another extractor being sniped, only dropping him down to 3 extractors to get anything done. At the same time Mo was trying to make it out of his base, getting a very nice bailing hit on those Zerglings, destroying pretty much all of them. But the mutalisk count is still very large for Kilau, and still double the amount, even though both players have more units. Now splitting off 2 mutalisks, that's not the best thing you can do, since they will get killed off immediately. Going for the spore crawlers immediately, going for that straight up fight. He's committing to this fight, and Mo is pulling back, and that will mean that he will lose the game. Kilau taking another game, bringing the Heralds of Apocalypse to a 3-0 lead. So let's hope that the next player can maybe reverse all kill Heralds of Apocalypse, because the Heralds only need 1 more win before they will win the clan war. So let's see if xGame can bring it back. We'll go to a small break before we jump into that game.